It's not a time, he doesn't have to take a timeout. If the referee requests it, it's sort of a free timeout.
Yeah, the referee has full capacity to tell one of the players effectively if they need to change the shirt because, Sam dives a lot. Again, I've been telling
And he
people.
sweats a lot too. It's a bad combo.
Oh, yeah. He's a fighter. He's a warrior. So he's going to get the court wet.
It's going to be all his matches are just, long and.
Yeah.
If you're reffing Sam, you're get comfortable. That's
You
so
better
good.
pull up a chair, right?
Right. Yep.
Rocky Carson getting a side out there.
It's not an easy shot to short hop, splat like that.
It's not an easy shot. We see Rocky Carson do it often. We see Kane do it more often than Rocky. Now Rocky preparing. Drive serving this to Sam's backhand. Rocky.
It's a great get.
Wow, what a setup right there. What a good get there by Sam. Rocky from the back.
That's tough.
Overhead. Rocky with a setup from the back.
And the automatic pinch. Great rally.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Just brutal by Carson. Textbook
He's
right
just
there.
so comfortable hitting that shot.
So one of the things that we've been talking about, Charlie, as well is, for example, Rocky Carson right now, he is playing and he has his coach Fran Davis in his corner. Not every player has their coach all the time with him. Rocky's one of those players. He doesn't have his coach with him all the time, but now he does. How does having your head coach with you in your corner in a match help you out as a pro player versus when you have nobody? Like, how different is it for you as a player?
Well, I mean, it's great to be able to look back and if, instead of, because like what Rocky would do if Fran wasn't here is call. They would talk on the phone and, you can do that. You can get information across, no problem that way. Same as when she is here, but I think where it's more valuable is not during timeouts, just in between rallies, or if you need to know, hey, should I appeal that? Things like that, or if, he's walking back and she said something like, hey, like stay aggressive. That's the kind of stuff that adds the value when they are here.
They're difference makers, I think when, sometimes you have these matchups, like you said earlier, and even though one player might be better than the other generally, but when they match up, it's just 1-1 and 1-1 and 1. And having that coach could make that difference between winning and losing.
Definitely.
I've seen it a lot of times, and not only racquetball sports, sometimes having your coach, having your manager there with you to guide you, to give you a signal, to hand something to you, that makes a whole world of difference.
When I was in Barranquilla, I had an 11-10 tiebreaker in the quarterfinals, and I just
was that with Conrado Moscoso?
That was with Moscoso.
What a feat, by the way!
Crazy.
Awesome stuff, huh?
Yeah, I was down.
You were down 1-8.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
I think 8-1, 7-1 maybe, then 7-10 twice, 2 match points. So it very easily could have gone the other way. That's good rally for Rocky. Sam off balance, another towel timeout.
Wow.
He's diving basically every rally.
Sam is all over the. You're playing Rocky Carson. I think you have to be all over the place.
Yeah, and that's what he's going to make you do. But like I was saying, the 11-10, you look back on it and you're like, that came down to 1 point, and just having, my USA coaches was worth at least that many points.
Rocky Carson.
And we have a timeout.
We have a
from
timeout.
Sam Murray.
Timeout from Sam Murray.
It's a good timeout.
So, Charlie, again, that having that coach. Rocky has Fran Davis here, and Rocky has a lot to win here at this tournament because he still has an opportunity to be number 1, finishing this season. Mm-hmm. He has to at least make the final for that. King Wazelenchuk, he's hanging on the balance right there. That loss last week in Sarasota didn't help him at all. Mm-mm. So Kane needs to at least get the final as well. So we'll see how it goes. Both players are at the end, and I love these times where how long has it been in racquetball where it's hung to the last game of the season if you're going to end up in 1 or number 2? It doesn't happen often.
No, you're right. It doesn't, and it's exciting. It came down to it last year in Sarasota, and it was an exciting end. Um, last year Kane missed quite a few tournaments, and ultimately that was, but he never lost a single match. But ultimately that was, and Rocky just was the Iron Man and played every event, and that was the difference in the end, basically. And Rocky, I remember he played Alex Landa in the semifinal there a year ago, and if he won that match, he would finish #1. And I was watching, and I was just so impressed with, for how long it had been since he had finished #1, for him to, play the way he did, and just take care of business and win the match in 2 close games was just very impressive.
Sam Murray
earned the #1 spot.
Oh. Sam Murray gets in a timeout. Murray trailing 6-12 in the headpan scoreboard. Sam Murray. Short serve. Wow. Called it short.
Yeah, I think that was short.
He just looked at the ref.
He's looking all over, seeing if anyone puts their thumb up, he might appeal.
Well, Sam Murray has his coach too in his corner. So
yep.
He has to only look at his coach.
2 bounces called by Rocky. It's nice of him.
Samuel Murray gets a point on the board. 7-12 in the headpan scoreboard, only trailing by 5. It ain't over, Charlie. Wow, what a great serve.
A very good serve.
What a great, tell us about that serve.
Yeah, what makes I think that serve so tough is that, first of all, he's hitting it from the same spot he's hitting all his other serves, and it's also going into the glass. And even though you can see the ball pretty well on this, when you're hitting it 140 or 50 like Sam is right now, it's hard to, if you lose it even just a little bit, it's hard to catch up to.
What a great serve by Sam. What a great return by Rocky.
Too. Rocky up top. This is coming off the back. I think that ball skipped. Sam looking for the towel break. Maybe it didn't skip. I don't know.
From my angle, it was a good shot from Rocky Carson. From my angle.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the skull from Scott McClellan.
We'll see if both players walk up to the service box. 12
serving 8 in the headpan scoreboard.
All right, no argument from Sam. Must have been a good shot.
So it seems that, Charlie, I don't know what you think. I think we're going to have to, next tournament, we have to drench Sam Murray in an antiperspirant. What do you think?
Sponsored by Old Spice.
Exactly, something like that.
Or, a Canadian brand.
A Canadian brand. I think if there's a Canadian brand, they should sponsor Sam Murray. Rocky Carson going to serve. He's in the box. Drive serving it. Long. Second opportunity here for Carson. He's still on offense.
And the ladies' matches are starting here, too. The round of 16s have begun. I'm currently watching Natalia Mendez play Maciel Rivera. What a shot from Sam. The crowd enjoyed that. Nothing like a backhand splat, roll out. Rhonda played earlier. I believe she won as well.
She beat Brenda Laime.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. That was a 4-game match, I believe.
I just realized, too, that the ladies have been on a another nice splat. He's getting that backhand going, and we've got 9-12 now. What I realized is that the ladies have also been on the road for 3 weekends in 3 weeks.
They were in San Antonio last week.
They were at San Antonio.
And then Barranquilla.
Before that, yep.
The ladies have taken a toll as well.
Yeah. What a serve from Sam. Was that not an ace? That must have stayed up in the corner. It looked pretty much perfect to me.
Carson, fortunately, has a response for that serve.
Love that front camera we've got there, too.
Oh,
Well done there.
this is
Pablo.
great work from Pablo, our producer.
That's right.
That ball hit Sam Murray, I believe, clipped him in the foot.
Yeah, pretty good kick at the end there, too.
So 13 serving 9 in the headpan scoreboard. Rocky Carson 2 points away from closing in on this first game. Carson. Short serve.
Short. Rocky doesn't like it, but it was short.
He doesn't like it.
I mean,
All he has to do is look at Fran Davis and say, Coach, what do I do? Do I appeal or do I not appeal?
Yeah, and Fran's going to give it to you straight. She
will.
Yeah.
Oh, she will, definitely. Rocky again. Caesar, Sam Murray.
Sam's really getting that backhand going nicely. He's cutting that off. It's a tough shot, though.
It is a
really
tough shot.
He had to rush up there, short hop a forehand.
But you know what? I have to give it to Sam.
Yeah.
Good effort and good thought, because Rocky was all the way to the left side of the court. He would have gone that. Surprise, surprise. You know, Rocky, there was no way he was going to reach that ball. That would have been a mile away from him. Carson again, closing in on this match. 1 point. Carson. Set up there.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, he got it.
That's just great. Rocky Carson racquetball right there.
So Rocky,
first game goes to Rocky. Sorry, 15-9.
15-9. Carson takes this first game of the second quarterfinal match now. We'll be back in a few moments here on the IRT network.
When it comes to the game of life, we're all on the same team. And success comes simply from trying. You don't have to be a celebrated athlete to celebrate being active. And you don't have to be on the field to have your own cheering section. United Healthcare.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here live at the 2019 Syosset Open here in New York State. I'm here sitting down with Charlie Pratt from the U.S. national team, pro player Charlie Pratt. Charlie, how you feeling?
Feel great. Won my mixed match earlier with my wife, so that was nice. We play again today at 8, and we're here in quarterfinal Friday. It's, in my opinion, the most exciting day.
I love Fridays in racquetball.
Yeah.
I love Fridays. I love it more than Saturday, even though we sometimes call Super Saturdays. I love Fridays because we have so many matches, good racquetball. We have the men playing their round of 16s earlier today and their quarterfinals right now, and we have the women playing their round of 16s right now. So we have racquetball for everybody.
Of course, as the tournament goes on, you know, the better players will advance, so you'll see the higher level of racquetball. But when you get to the quarters, even the 16s at a tournament like this, there's no lack of high-level racquetball.
No, of course not. It's not every day, Charlie, that we have the men and the women Happens at the U.S. Open. Happens here. It happened in Bolivia.
Yep.
About a month ago, we were in Cochabamba, Bolivia. The men and the women had a Grand Slam. Tremendous. We miss you there, Charlie.
I know.
Maybe
I'm
next year.
bummed yeah, that's kind of what I said. I was like, if this event is, if it's a great event, which it totally was, they'll do it again, and then I'll go.
I talked to those guys. Fortunately, I was happy enough to be there myself. I was working at the event, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The very good host, very good hospitality, and their people won the event. I mean,
Yeah.
Conrado Moscoso, which you beat, by the way, a little while ago in Barranquilla, Colombia. He won that tournament. And for the women, Maria Jose Vargas, who represents Argentina, but she was born Bolivian, she won the event. So hopefully the Bolivians will do that event again next year. And hopefully we'll see you there.
I would love to go. It was I really enjoyed watching, even just from my computer, but at the same time, I really wish I was there. But man, talk about a tough environment to play in. 8,500 feet. That's
Crazy.
Quite a bit higher up than Denver.
I would say crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Denver's a mile high. That's 5,300 feet. 8,500 feet is significant. I mean, that is. There's not a lot of people who have played at that level.
People don't realize how that takes a toll on you.
Oh,
it
my
takes
gosh.
a huge toll. I mean, you've played in Colorado, obviously, mile high.
Yep.
And you play. We're at sea level right here. So my question to you is, how does that make a difference for you as a professional athlete?
Well, I mean, first of all, the first thing, which actually isn't even the biggest factor, is that the ball is moving significantly fast. It's just crazy.
The air is thinner.
Yeah.
So
the
it moves
ball
faster.
Is flying. And I'm not surprised that Conrado won that tournament because, first of all, he's from there. He's adapted to that climate. And he's also a heavy hitter. He pounds the ball. And those are the players who normally do well. I was not surprised that Rocky made it to the finals, but I was impressed. And then the second, which is the biggest factor, is just the health toll, for how, just how tough this sport is physically. And then you have that little of oxygen. You'll get sick. You'll get sick to your stomach, or you'll get lightheaded. And
it does take a toll on your body.
And
both of these athletes right here. I mean, Sam Murray unfortunately couldn't go to Bolivia.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Carson, he got to the both singles and doubles final.
Yep. And I talked to Rocky, and I don't think it's a huge secret, but he really struggled in that final. He wasn't feeling well, and it was just, he said he basically got altitude sickness, where it's just like your body, if it's not used to that. And Rocky lives at sea level. He surfs every week.
He
So
lives in Ladera Ranch,
it's just
California.
a shock to your system
It
when
is.
you're having to work as hard as you are throughout a tournament, maybe playing 2 events and making it to both finals like Rocky did. Eventually his body's just like, we can't. This is unfamiliar territory,
And you're right.
And we have the national singles in Denver. That ball skipped.
That's
this
another
year.
point by Murray.
And I'm going 3 days early, just so my body can get used to not just the speed of the ball. That's just one fact. That's just one thing. But so your body can adjust and adapt.
Well, professional fighters, boxers, they have to keep in mind. I mean, they train above sea level. You know how we have fighters practicing at mountains, and they go into high up. The Olympic Training Center in the United States. Where is it?
Yep.
In Colorado, right? So
Yep.
that takes a toll, but it helps you improve your cardio, helps you improve your stamina.
Well, it's just a more difficult environment. So, and then you get down back to maybe sea level or something. That ball skipped. Oh, wow. That is going to be an appeal for sure.
An appeal, and the call is overruled naturally.
Rocky's trying to figure out what's going on here. He didn't. Yep. double thumbs down.
Yeah, you know what? That ball, I have my questions about the first skip was fine. The second skip, I didn't doubt it. So
No.
so Rocky Carson trying to get on the board here.
Another slowish start to this game.
Sam Murray gives Carson a setup. Carson shoots it.
Very good. Very good patience there, letting the ball drop with his forehand and very accurate into that corner. 2 serving 1.
Carson drive serve here. Samuel Murray has an answer for that. Carson, wow, what a low ball right there.
That's
Sam Murray.
Such a great shot. Not an easy one, too. The ball, it almost cracked out here in the corner. Rocky had to get low, hit a perfect pass.
Sam Murray, a little frustrated here. Such a good player. He's been on the top 8 of the tour for a few weeks now. Right now, he's currently Canada's best representative on the tour. He will represent his national team in Pan Am, right?
Correct. And he played in Barranquilla.
Rocky keeping it alive. Sam gets a setup from Rocky. Rocky digging it up. Sam from the back. Rocky shooting that ball.
This is a Rocky Carson rally right here.
Wow. Okay, setup right there.
Oh, great shot. What are you going to do? I mean, Rocky even, nice shot, man. That was from way back there.
That's all you can say.
Yeah.
That's all you can say. Sam Murray. What a compelling shot right there.
So Sam played in Barranquilla. He didn't do as well as he would have liked in singles. I know that. He lost in the round of 16 to Conrado Moscoso. Same guy that I played. And but in doubles, they made the finals, which was really impressive because this was basically he and Kobe Iwasa. It was kind of their first time playing, at least on that level, together. They may have played some other, maybe smaller. I've never seen them play. So for them to make the finals there, and they actually went tiebreaker. The finals, they lost to Bolivia. The Bolivia men swept the tournament.
Well, one of the things that I've talked about with Coach Fran Davis prior to this match, about how you mentioned right now Sam Murray was playing with Kobe Iwasa. And even though we haven't seen Kobe playing that frequently in a while, he is a good player, obviously, and they made the final. So not always do the best singles player make the best double teams, right?
Correct.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to be good at both at the same time. You have to be a really really gifted player
to be good at both.
To be able to play both singles and doubles in a tournament like that, not just physically. That's you have to play 2 matches a day for 8 days straight.
So you basically have to be Alvaro Beltran.
Yeah,
basically.
Sure. Yeah, we'll say that. The fittest player in the world.
Well, I mentioned Alvaro because he's successful in singles, successful in doubles.
But it's so hard to do well in both.
Oh, definitely.
Like I could see you could maybe do well in one or the other. I have a lot of respect for like Paola who won both of it. That's just so impressive to not just make the final, but to win both of them. But singles and it's a different game. It's different shots, different mindset. So like when I was training for national doubles, my training was very double specific.
Scott McClellan calling for an avoidable right there.
Not a bad call. Again, I'd say a 50-50. But, Rocky should not be forced to hit Sam to prove that it's an avoidable.
I agree.
I believe
I
that,
agree with you.
If someone's set up and the person is straight in the way, I think it should be an avoidable because we don't want, you don't want to hit the other guy.
No, we don't.
Just to prove a point. It's all the same, just hold up and it's the same thing, Sam's close to getting a technical. It's a warning from Scott McClellan. You gotta know how far you can push it. You got to know where the warning level is. Not cross it. Let a little anger out. 5. Serving 1. Another point for Rocky. 6-1.
Rocky Carson leading by 5 in the second game.
And you're right. You can see this. Sam's getting a little frustrated. He just hasn't had. He had like one small run or 1 or 2 in that first game, but nothing really since then.
So the winner of this match, you want to remind people, is going to play the winner of Alvaro Beltran and Alejandro Landa, which play next. That's going to be an exciting one.
Very. I'll be interested to see, despite how fit Alvaro is.
Of course.
If his tiebreaker, which was just a few hours ago, really will have any effect on him. And then Landa has basically won his match pretty handily. 2 quick games, and
Yeah.
Landa is in great shape and the defending champ. Landa is one of those players. I watch him and I say I feel like Landa doesn't do anything spectacular. But that's, I think, what a really good player is you don't necessarily have huge weapons, but no weaknesses either. Landa has very few weaknesses. That's what makes him such a great player, and he plays just consistent racquetball.
He's quick. He's strong.
Yeah.
He's smart.
Yes. All of those things.
Yeah, I like watching him too. He's exciting. I like Landa because he is a risk taker. He takes these shots at moments in time in a match where I would not. I would say, no, I can't take the shot right now because, I might get in trouble. But he does that very often. We saw him do a lot of funky shots in Sarasota last week, and I like that about him. He makes it not boring. He makes you want to watch him play, which is something that I like very, very much. I believe the referee is calling for
shirt change.
Shirt change.
Number 2.
Number 2
for Sam Murray.
For Sam Murray, yes. I think we're seeing him. You and I have him here, maybe 10 feet away, and yeah, I think it's a good call from the ref. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the match up next between Alvaro Beltran and Alejandro Landa. I think that's going to be exciting. I want to see with if Alvaro changes some of his gameplay from last week. It would have been great. I would have loved for Alvaro to win the tournament. I mean, he beat Kane, and that alone showed you that, hey, I mean business. He won his following match against Andre Parilla.
11-10.
Oh.
Yep.
11-10.
I was watching.
How crazy was that? That was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Alvaro was up 10-7. Then Parilla tied him up, and then Alvaro came out with the final blow. And I was there. We were biting our nails. We were on the edge of our seat.
And Andre was playing so well that
he was
tournament.
playing really weird.
I was watching. He was actually in control of most of that match, in my opinion. And Alvaro, I think Andre won the first, and then Alvaro won the second, was down in the tiebreaker. So yeah, Andre, after watching Andre play Bobby Horn in the quarters, I was like, wow, he's moving well, and I'm sure he's doing the same in this tournament. It'll be fun to watch him and Jake, and those two have played quite a bit actually, kind of recently. They played in Sioux Falls. Andre won in a tiebreaker, and then they played in Sarasota, and Andre won in 2 games there, 2 close games. Talk about contrasting styles, Andre versus Jake.
It'll be entertaining. That's our last match of the evening, by the way.
I think Andre really could be in the running for, we keep talking who's going to be the next best. I think, Andre, if he keeps on the roll he's going, it could be him. He probably hasn't been in the discussion very, very much. 7-2.
7 serving 2 in the headpan scoreboard. Rocky Carson. Going for that drive serve? Maybe? Wow.
Shot, yep.
See, I love that serve from Rocky, but Samuel Murray had the best return.
That serve, you know, it works on some people and not on others. It depends. If you get somebody who likes to kind of jump at the serve, you know, like try to pounce on the return, and you get them going. Wow, you know, that ball looks like it's sliding around. Keep in mind, Murray's been diving all, you know, the whole day, and
Wow, kept it alive. Rocky set up from the back. Sam.
another Rocky Carson rally right here. These guys got to be careful not to slip too much.
Oh, how will it end? And that's how it ends.
That will be a towel timeout.
But that should be a towel timeout all over the court.
Yeah. We need a whole crew.
Sam, just a warrior. I love him play. Such energy.
Yeah, you know, it looks like he is fading, to be quite honest, and Rocky is just as comfortable as he can be.
Well, the pace in the second game is different than the first. I mean, Rocky's up 8-2. It wasn't like this in the first game. It's a little bit more closer. You know, Sam Murray has to have a game change plan right now. He has to do something different if he wants this game to shift. He can't do the same things.
No.
And
Well, right now he's just retrieving. He's on pure defense. He's out of position, and he's off balance, and Rocky is responsible for all of that. And I know firsthand playing Rocky, like that feeling you get when you dive and, you know, for the third time in a rally, and you know you're just not going to force any mistakes from Rocky. And he's just going to wear you out, basically, and it's not a fun feeling. You cannot put yourself on the defense against a player like Carson. Eight serving 2. That's great re-kill.
Wow, Carson.
Eight serving 2 now. Okay, 8-2. Great get from Sam. Look at that cross court though. Rocky just working this game like a chess match. Front left, back right. Sam takes a timeout. It's a good timeout. 9 serving 2.
We're going to go to a quick commercial, Charlie Pat. We'll be back here to continue this match on the IRT network. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, in this game number 2. In this second quarterfinal match between Rocky Carson from Ladera Ranch, California, and Samuel Murray from Canada. Rocky is up.
No specific place, just Canada.
Where's he from? Montreal, Canada. He's from Montreal. Quebec?
Yeah, Quebec.
Quebec. He's from Quebec. Rocky Carson. Sam Murray. Good pass.
Yeah, it's a much needed side out for Sam.
Very much needed side out for
A
Sam.
good pass on the timeout. The value of a timeout You only get one in